Turn fire when fired upon.
That is, yes. What's a key phrase there of if you're being engaged, you still must do what to the target?
PID.
Yes, you must PID the target. So Card Charlie, only fire on PID targets that are engaging you. So, Chumley, this is a nice one for you. What can you do with explosives?
Let's see. Assuming it's not in an urban environment, you're allowed to go around it. Assuming it's in an urban environment, I think ROE dictates we need to evacuate the immediate area and fucking get EOD to deal with it. What was that?
Explosion.
That
What
was a
on?
sound going bang.
Sorry, let me rephrase. I'm on about using explosives in an offensive manner, being us. But I'll just cover that. So basically, explosives against structures are prohibited, but they can be authorised by myself or a higher chain of command, so such as Mikhail, me, Lewis. Okay. However, before you engage anyone, if they are not shooting at you, what must you do? Wiki Gates?
You have to PID.
We've already
Make
mentioned
sure
that you
that-
disconnected just as they said that.
Oh, okay. Which card?
Card Charlie.
You have to make sure that they're engaging you.
Yes, we just covered that you disconnected. But anyway, basically challenges must be given as British Army stop or I fire, or basically something along those lines of giving them a warning before you engage. Now, obviously, if they are shooting at you, you don't need to provide that. Okay, we'll move on to card Bravo. Can anyone... Okay, I'm just going to say this now. Does anyone else know card Alpha or card Bravo? I'll just rattle through them. Jesus Christ.
Alpha should be the fucking easiest one. Come on.
Yeah.
Alphas kill everyone and everything?
Yeah, alphas shoot anything that moves that
Still
isn't
not how it
friendly.
works.
Yeah, that's still not how that works.
Alphas kill enemies, Bravos
Bravo
kill enemies.
is don't
if
fire
they're
unless fired upon.
No, that's card Charlie.
No, that's Charlie.
Bravo is PID unless fired upon.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'll just rattle through these then. So card Bravo, authorised to engage PID targets. Buildings with suspected insurgents may be entered. Destruction of buildings is authorised if the assault is too costly. And obviously, challenges must still be given prior to escalation. So, Alpha. PID targets may be engaged on site. Buildings can be used as a fighting position, so that's us basically occupying somebody else's home. Use of explosives is authorised, so you don't have to ask... obviously, you have to ask your IC for use of explosives, but you don't have to get it from a higher authority. And challenges are not needed, as long as, obviously, you are PIDing your targets. Any questions about the ROE? Key phrases in there is PID and are you being engaged. If anyone's got any questions or if they're not sure, refer to your ICs, because they should know it. Okay. Right, so the next topic is self-defense. This is one of the golden rules of what we're doing here. So you've got your LOAC, which is your law of armed conflict, what you can and can't do. We'll roll into a bit more specifics later. You've then got your ROE, which dictates, again, constricts what you can do. But your self-defense is something that, again, will never change by Petley. So, you may use as much force, which is reasonable, to defend yourself or another person. The key phrase here is there a immediate threat to human life? If the answer is yes, you may engage, no matter what. So if you see someone point a weapon at a civilian, and you honestly believe they're about to shoot them, you may engage. That's the key phrase there. So, when you may use it, like I just said, imminent threat. You have an honest belief that there's something going to happen. So that's situational awareness. That's, for instance, if you've been told that there's insurgents in the area, they like to do that kind of thing. Local threats, again, is local intelligence, such as you know there's vehicle IEDs happening in the area, and your own personal training of how to react. So such as, you're not just a green bloody recruit come on to coin, and you just start shooting willy-nilly. You're going to know via experience what to do. And again, your circumstances, what are you doing, basically. So if you're on your own, that's going to be more serious. You might react differently as opposed to being with somebody else. So does that self-defense make sense? Does everyone understand what I mean by the key phrase?
Got one question.
Yes, Hendrix?
When you're talking about someone is going to open fire on civilians, I assume that only counts for enemies, or how would one react to, for example, friendlies going AWOL and shooting civilians?
Then they're considered a threat to human life.
So you can still shoot them then?
Yes. However, if I see anyone start shooting their bods, again, you will be punished if your determination of self-defense is not worthy. And again, this unit is not about PvP against each other, unless it's specified. Now, 90% of the time, it is going to be enemies shooting civilians. We should never do that because that's not within our law of armed conflict. We should never be pointing our weapons at civilians at all, unless we're meaning to detain them and, say, issue a threat to get down on the ground because we don't know what they are before they're secured. And obviously we cannot engage with lethal force. Any questions before we go on to scenarios?
Yes.
Yes.
In our armed forces, it's when you're talking about civilians, it's ask, tell, make. Is it applicable here? So, for example, in the make part, you would point your weapon to make them move away from your position or from your, say, roadblock or whatever.
Sounds kind of like what we would do, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that.
You'd ask them to back up. If they don't, then that's when you can start getting a little bit more leery.
Yeah. I like that acronym. Ask, tell, make. We'll go with that. I've not heard that previously before, but I like that. But
sure, we've used that before, Spill.
yeah, we've definitely used it, but we've never used that phrasing of ask, tell, make. We've done it, but we just never phrase it that way. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much our standard procedure as is. But yeah, I like the way you phrase that. Again, we should never ever be firing upon civilians. If, for example, I know one particular one is if they're running about. I would hope that Zeusa would understand that to put his hands up or at least stop when he's having a weapon point and be realistic. If, however, they're just pegging it, then you're not going to chase after them. Because obviously we can't rugby tackle these people. So we have to operate within our own limited bounds here in ArmA. So yeah, basically ask them, tell them to do it, and then make them do it by raising your weapon and giving them the order, basically. Any further questions?
Are you going to go through the warning shot as well?
We don't do warning shots.
Not doing it, okay.
One question.
Oh, here's a question.
Hold on, Hendrix asked first, yes?
Yeah, when we can't interact with civilians, can we, then they're not controlled by Zeus, can we then assume and let them just do their own thing?
Yes,
let them go AWOL?
If you definitely know they're not a Zeusa, and they are just running about in front of you, generally speaking, leave them alone. If they are causing you a serious hassle, then just arrest them. Obviously, do not use any physical force against them. Just basically arrest them, put them to the side, and then release them later. Or just move them off to somewhere else and then re-release them. Because AI can be just in the way and a bit fucky. But otherwise, 9 times out of 10, leave them be. Alright. Chumley?
Are wounding shots applicable at all?
No.
I don't think we've gone over that. Okay. So
No.
it's just shoot to kill. Okay.
Basically, yes. You either present warnings to them and tell them to do something, then detain them, and then if they're a threat to human life, then you can engage with lethal force.
Would it be right in saying, in a coin scenario, if we were using lethal force but it did result in a wound, we would then administer aid and arrest rather than kill?
Yes, if somebody is injured, then we are applicable to offer first aid.
Even if it's enemy combatant?
Yes, even enemy combatant. I will come on to
situation.
I will come on to different types of people after these set of scenarios we're going to do. We'll then go through who's protected and who's not protected. So in that instance, what Mikhail was saying about enemy combatants, if they are incapacitated, they are then protected underneath the law of armed conflict. If they're still fighting, then they're not protected, and then you can still kill them, basically. That makes sense? Mikhail, that answer your question?
Yep.
Cool. Any further questions before we move on
Even
to
unlawful
scenarios?
combatants?
What do you mean?
I mean, individuals who aren't fighting with a uniform or a flag or any identifying markers.
They're still
Those
an
kinds of
enemy
people
combatant.
aren't protected.
Yeah, those come
That's true,
under
but they're not
irregular
protected by
guerrillas.
Geneva. Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. A golden rule here as well is the enemy might not obey the law of armed conflict, but we still have to. Right, cool. Also, there's a recruit or somebody there running. There's an AR. Is everyone
You want me to
cool
go
to
get
move
him?
off to scenarios? Any further questions? Lovely. Okay. What's going to happen is sections move off in reverse or that order. So 1-3 move off first. Take us to the front gate, please.
No, don't bother, Chumley. Go right so you can get them.
Cool.
Hello, Zeus. This is 1-0.
Literally over to where the vehicles are and then take a left.
Go ahead and send your message over.
Go down the road.
1-0. We're making our way to the first scenario for the car checkpoint. Are you ready? Over.
Indeed, we are ready. Two normal cars followed by one car that refuses to stop. Over.
User in your channel timed out.
Roger, thank you.
Spill, we're going to follow on with the Wimmick.
Roger that. Right, Luvik, take a knee there. Low charge I1, this is 1-0, as usual, right my position. Form a herringbone in your sections. Out. So yeah, just form a herringbone there.
Yeah, we'll do it here.
Where's 1, 2?
To my left.
Jammer? Yeah. To me? To me? Okay, just get to their right, mate. Form a herringbone. I thought we were going to do it along the road under AO.
No, that'd be stupid, mate. Don't want to be in the road.
No one using it.
I mean, that's a lie, because FSG are driving down it.
The border crossed me. I'm like, yeah, I
Oh,
know, but
fuck 'em.
you have the right back like a fucking cunt.
1-1, can you shuffle down a bit, please?
They moved.
Okay, so what's going to happen here? These are first set of scenarios. These are more teaching scenarios. So what's going to happen is I'm going to draw 3 people, either 1 from each section or just 3 from each section and move.
Form up there, lads.
Basically, this is the local situation. We are guarding this checkpoint, front of the airfield. There is a local threat of vehicle IEDs. One of the vehicle IEDs hits as well to the southwestern checkpoint. So you know there's a likely threat here. So the people on the station, there'll be 1 person up front interacting, and there'll be 2 providing support. The lead person is to basically approach the vehicles, order them to stop, and then basically just see them through and make sure they're alright, that they're complying. If they are not approaching within decent speed or procedure, you were to follow this procedure. You basically raise your weapon up, go British Army, stop or I fire. If they then keep approaching, put 2 rounds into the vehicle's engine, and then obviously you know there's a local threat of IED, so that way you shout bomb, and then you put 2 rounds into the driver. Does that make sense?
If they do not stop.
If they do not stop, yes. If they're still proceeding. Any questions? Lovely. Who's here? We'll have 1, 2. We'll have Jammer, Fader, and Banch. Okay, so obviously remember for all this interaction, make sure you're yelling so the civvies can actually hear you. We'll have Jammer and Banch as support. Fader, you can interact up front. So push yourself down to the checkpoint and take up positions. Sections follow on. We'll have 1 free in the left tower, 1 2, and 1 1 in the
Hello,
right
1-0,
tower.
this is Zeus, message over.
Send a message over.
I mean, you want to swap?
Do we have some sort of code phrase or password or anything to be let through the checkpoint, or do we just go up and say we want to go through?
Jamma, get on
Over.
this.
Yes, just to that lines. This is not meant to be a full checkpoint procedure. This is just basically go, hello, you can go through.
No, I think they're yelling.
Understood. Stand by for first vehicle. Out.
Just another point to make here, guys. This is not a full checkpoint procedure. This is basically just to orchestrate the scenario.
So are they on your way?
Okay. Fader, just make sure you're yelling for me.
British Army, stop or else shoot.
Fader, can you just say something on yellow for me so we can hear you?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, Roger. Lovely.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Everyone in the towers here, Fader?
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah. Right, grab down this one.
Helmets on, chaps.
Hold.
Alright.
Up.
Nope.
Good day, sir.
Good day, soldier.
What is your business here today?
Such a good boy.
Lovely. You're not carrying any suspicious items? Okay, would it be okay for you if I...
Yeah, Banshees operate the gate.
Yep.
Thank you.
Just tell Faye you can bring him through.
Bring him through.
There's no need to check at the moment, it's not purpose.
How many you're cleared to pass. Have a great day.
Oh, they're careful there, Spittle.
I know.
Oh
wow.
Shit.
Okay.
Did he go? He just threw the knife into space.
Uniformed personnel at the wheel. Oh, that's Lewis. Okay, let him through.
Good day.
Is Lewis here tonight?
What's your business here today?
I got dunked.
Just ask Faye to speed this along just to go get through this.
Fader, can you rush it up a bit?
Yeah, okay.
He's doing everything right, by the way. It's not the purpose of this one tonight.
You're doing everything right. Just Duffy, nothing hurt.
They're from the 12th Infantry. Are they cleared to pass?
Thank you.
Yeah. They cleared to pass.
Yes.
Good day.
But will it fit? But will it fit? It fit.
There we go. So Faye, you know what you gotta do, right? So British Army, halt or I fire. Then obviously 2 in the engine block, and then obviously 2 in the person is still do not stop. Right.
Rog. 061113.
I think it was Lewis. I think it was your avatar. Yeah, Banch. Lewis actually on the stream now. He's like, "Was it actually me?" I was like, "Yep." It's his face.
Okay. Hi, Lewis.
You're just fucking staring with his lucky job.
Ooh, that guy came flying.
Gonna pop him.
It's coming in a bit too
British
fast.
British Army hold on fire.
Yep.
Bomb.
The fucking wheel.
All right. Ceasefire. Ceasefire. All right, come in, Fader. Okay. Can everyone hear me? Okay. All right. So you can see here how these can sometimes come in pretty quick. Now, obviously, if this was a proper checkpoint, we'd have like lots of barriers going down, and then you could physically see how quick that one is coming in. Now, it's a bit deceptive due to the hill, but he was coming quite quick. So, Fader, as soon as you see one guy come around that corner really quickly, it's immediate weapons raised, and then give the order. Always give the order be weapon raised, because obviously you're being authoritative. And then it's basically 2 in engine block, and then 2 in the person. Just a little bit slow, but otherwise all good. Everyone see the point, though, what's happening here. Alright, next scenario. Hello, Zeus, this is 1-0. We can refresh this, and we'll move on to the next scenario.
Understood.
Good.
1-0, request what position is of the next scenario, over.
The next scenario is inside of the town, just outside of the airfield. Over.
Favorite rocket ship.
1-0, roger, out. Right, chaps, everyone down.
Fader, come up.
Oh dear. Ooh. No, Fade's alright. Fade, if you want to start 1-2's herringbone just a front hit.
Herringbone and Fader. Welcome, Jones.
Right, rest of you chaps down here. Alright, 1-3, it's going to be your turn now. So chaps, for this one, remember what I said about self-defense and imminent threat. Alright, Underwood, you want to designate 3 people?
Volunteer or voluntold?
Welcome back.
Underwood looked like it's voluntold, pick 3.
Hearing, so Lancaster, Lobeck, Scrapper, you're up.
Okay, this is the scenario. We are providing, everyone listening, we're providing security for a local market. And it's basically civilians that's going to be interacting and buying goods. So, free bots, proceed down that road into the market. Right, let's actually see where we should go. Okay. Underwood? Just tell them to take a right when they get to the junction, and then the market is just over there.
Righto. When you get to the T junction,
Rest of the bots follow
turn
me.
right, chaps.
This is a spill. Just letting you know, I'm sending 3 bots down now. The base has been told that there's a civilian market that's provided protection.
Understood. They are to turn right at that first intersection and then turn right while they are going in through the market. Over.
I'm the
Roger
only
that.
one who
Additional, I'm going to have a
on.
platoon on the northwestern side is holding hold up at this position. We say gates?
Understood.
We say gates?
I'm the only one initially that found out you wanted us
Are
to
they walking
follow.
up the checkpoint or up the market as well?
They can walk through the market, yes. Alright, everyone
Cool.
push yourselves along and then just basically get
Right, when
shoulder
you
to shoulder,
down
take a
the
knee.
road a little bit, there'll be a market on the right side. Start walking through it.
More than fine.
Right, basically take a knee next to the gates and line up.
Front line.
Yeah, where you want to turn right and come towards us.
I got it. Oh, no, you don't. Okay.
061112.
That's a very pretty market.
Okay, now we're going to practice 5 control orders.
Yeah.
Do not.
Please.
I don't have to sprint through, by the way.
Whoa.
Yeah, someone doesn't want to be in that market.
Is that LOAC? Wait,
I think he's buying rice from each of the fucking stores.
give this
No,
man a
I
fucking
think that was
strike.
Smith.
You got
On
any
the
tanks,
face.
mate? You got any
Looks
tanks?
like a unicorn from here as well.
We got a vehicle up on the hill.
Who has
Yeah, already spotted.
Yeah.
Control C, mate.
Roger.
There we go. Fucking hell.
Alright. Underwood, just send them back again. And probably just
Cool.
tell them to provide security. Just hold fast in there. I think the Zeus's might be just taking a moment to get themselves sorted.
Right, so they're just walking up and down this road, yeah?
Yeah, just send them back now then, mate.
Spin round, head back.
Give the Zeus's a chance to
Busy
get...
setting up an RPG team on the hill, so
Lower.
It is
Someone
the-
light walk them, quick.
Straight.
Hello.
Thanks, Jones.
Line
Sorry.
up. Look down the alley.
So as you can see here... Yep.
Took him a while.
As you can see there, the guy hopped out his vehicle, pointing his weapon directly at civilians, and as obviously we know, this is a insurgent area. So at that point, you know there's an imminent threat to human life, as he's pointing his weapon at those civilians. If you believe he's about to engage, you are free to engage him, and prevent the atrocity happening. Any questions?
Yeah.
Did you have to shout "These are a challenge" in that situation?
If you can do that, British Army, stop or I fire, you are to do so. However, if a guy hop out of a vehicle and immediately start bringing their weapons up, you probably haven't got a lot of time.
Probably not.
Yes, so...
Although do be aware that they do that in ArmA anyway.
It's basically if they start pointing them directly at them. It's your honest belief, that's where that comes in. You need to honestly believe he's about to engage that target. If he's not, then you've got to give the challenge of British Army, stop or I fire.
Right.
Okay. 1-1. It's now your turn. Designate 3 bods. Underwood to bring those dudes back.
Mega, Bentley.
Okay.
Lovely.
Hello, this is 1-0. Nice effort. We're ready to proceed to the next one. Do you want them just patrolling back and forth in the market again? Over.
If you do not want to run this scenario again with a different section or a different team, then yes, we are free to proceed in the same pattern. Over.
1-0. Roger. Yeah, we'll proceed to the next tasking. Over.
Understood. Feel free to send another team the same way, and we will do the next scenario. Over.
1-0. Roger that.
Someone's at the door.
1-1. Proceed into the market. Conduct the same patrol.
Bypass.
Just for the support.
Control C, Mega.
Okay. Just as they seem to have set up one of the future scenarios, if you look on that hill up there, what can we see?
The fucking
I
civilian
see
truck.
a spotter.
A camera.
Yeah, the guy has a scope with him, so we can surmise that he's a spotter. Is he a threat to human life?
I mean, he could
No.
just be a wildlife
Not yet.
photographer.
Exactly, you don't know. But if you honestly believe at that point he might be an enemy spotter, but again, he's not providing
He's
imminent threat to
currently
human life.
photographing a lot of tits.
Yeah, you can't engage him. So the only thing we can do here is basically send up a patrol and go and ask him what he's doing. If we still believe he's a
That man has a
spotter,
nice
we can then
backpack.
arrest him.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Yeah, no shit, there was a guy with a vest and a
Great.
t-shirt right in front of you.
Let them do it.
Okay. So here again is an IED. Listening, is a guy here with an IED chest on, an imminent threat to human life.
Yeah.
Immediately engage that threat. Okay. Cool.
Wait, did he have a visible like explosion
Yeah,
on his
I
chest?
missed it.
Yeah,
What is it
well, they
look
had
like?
some sort of vest
Yes,
on,
he had,
which
uh,
obviously
yeah,
makes it
spell.
closer.
He had
Yes.
a vest on, but what
So-
people wear that ugly shit.
So I'll
wait,
leave
Hendrix.
I'm talking.
Can we have an
Like
example?
photographers.
Yeah, so in
Yeah,
terms of people
apologies for
getting
that spittle. The
caught on
suicide bomb radius
vests,
was set
what if there's
to
a situation
too
where that was
far
done
and I
against
didn't
their
even get a
will,
chance to fucking
and
say
they
anything
weren't
before I
outright
detonated.
trying to harm us?
We can go
Okay,
again
so-
if you want.
Hold on a second, Zeus to spit. Basically, Mikhail, you would, I think what they can hear over there, we can't hear it. Basically, that guy's probably shouting Allah Akbar and stuff.
Yeah.
So the guy would be communicating with you. That's again where your
That's-
circumstances and honest belief come into it. So if you've got a guy walking up slowly to you, he's less of a threat, but also he's probably going to communicate like, "Please don't hurt me." Then
Yeah,
you
I
might
get
see
that.
going
It's
wrong.
more so in terms of our immediate actions at that point.
Immediate action is to shout bomb. Same with the other vehicle one. And then
And then
obviously everyone would gain some
cap 'em.
cover, and then basically start assessing the threat. Now, obviously, then the person who's directly seen it, if the guy's running at him and shouting Allah Akbar, he knows it's an immediate threat to human life, so he can engage. If he's not running at you and causing an immediate threat, then you can obviously afford to wait and tell him to stop, hold there, then start talking to him.
Yeah, that's a tense fucking scene.
It is, yes.
I mean, it's also good for everyone else to get the
Hello,
eyes
Zeus,
out
this is
because they could
1-0.
have a trigger
Say again,
man
over.
nearby.
Yeah, almost certainly if he's doing it against his will.
Yeah, exactly.
You figure your own shit out.
Zeus
Fiddle.
to 1-0.
Have security
The suicide bomber radius was set to too far there, so if you want to run that scenario again in a little bit, we can do, because that didn't go at all as planned. Over.
1-0, it's okay. I've been able to illustrate the point to the bods, so we'll simply move on to the next one. Over. Okay. Hendrix, can you bring 1-1 back, please?
Okay, guys, get back on us.
All right, 1-2.
Fiddle, wait, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see what they did afterwards?
I did not. I had a few
That good
comms.
thing
What are you
would
doing?
Have a
Storage.
pulling security and making sure that civilians are okay.
That is a good point of call. Obviously, that probably as a section commander, that's something you would do and orchestrate.
Okay, perfect. Then second question, can I have a look at the guy and his vest again?
We'll do that in a bit, so everyone will have a close-up look.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. So, also, chaps, that
Hello 1-0, this is Zeus. Message over.
1-0, send over.
Be advised, we have a location for the next scenario if you are ready. Over.
I mean, that's your job.
1-0, Roger. Do we want to walk over there or teleport over?
It's pretty close, so you can definitely walk there.
1-0, Roger, can I have a grid over?
Lundy likes his girls with
Yes, stand by for grid reference.
now. Pulling off
No,
you.
Lundy just tugs me off before off.
Right.
It's just good practice, you know, to be on.
1-0, grid not heard, over.
Grid is as follows.
Fucking bomb.
061110.
1-0, Roger that, en
It is
route.
just at the edge of town, over.
I'm just gonna fucking arrest you. And
Hello, Charlie 1, this is 1-0. We'll proceed southwest along this road, stagger column, and move to the designated area. On me, out.
Southwest on the road, staggered
wait
column.
for 1-1 and 1-2 to head up with the staggered column.
Staggered column on the road.
Follow Spittle. Whatever he's speed.
Hello, Zeus. This is 1-0. We'll just do the farmer, and then we'll do the throwing sandal, and then we'll hold here and move on to the next phase of it.
Understood.
He had a backpack. It was just a.
Right, break it off in single file. Come off road.
Single file off road.
Right, come along the wall.
Let's get up behind this wall.
Actually, come along a bit so we can get the whole platoon in. Hello, Chai 1. This is 1-0. Double into position. Out.
Okay.
Essentially, the description
Yeah, just go there,
was
mate.
exactly what we saw. It was a bog standard vest, bog standard backpack.
Here to our right, we see a good. But actually, it's probably the joke after it.
No, that's me. I was muted. Sorry. Close up along the wall.
Right, yeah, just close it up.
We're doing pitting soon.
Hello.
We're at the zoo, boys.
Okay. So here to the front, you can see Lewis's favourite thing. You can see a load of sheep. 1-3 listening.
Goats.
Can that
They're goats.
Right.
Big turn off.
So you can see here there's a field of goats and a farmer. You can see the farmer is armed. Is he a threat to immediate threat to human life? No, he's not. So you're going to probably see lots of these farmers around in campaign. They are not a threat. They're just minding their own business. Somebody can be armed and not be violating anything, and still be and still be not a threat to human life. Now, obviously, if you start pointing our weapon at us, then we're starting to think, "Oh, what's going on?" And if he engages, then he loses his protection. So at this point, we just let him get on with his own business. Okay.
Biddle?
Yes. Hendrix, where are you?
I just blanked.
Right, Roger.
I'll come back to the
until they shoot us. And then
Hello, Zeus. This is
protect it until they can
1-0.
get
I'm going to patrol the guys back. Could we have the sandal en route, over?
Oh no.
Sand.
Oh god.
Oh.
Can't go well. You just shoot one of his goats.
Chlamydia.
Ah.
Chlamydia.
Yeah, mate, that was well animal abuse.
That's what he fucking wants with his goats.
Alright, so this is actually a point. If, for example...
The goat might have had rabies.
Guys.
Listen in. If, for example, FSG had their dog, and a Arab...
Don't bring the dog up, I miss the dog.
You have a dog?
And the Arab
Had a
shot
dog.
the dog, we cannot engage, as it's not an imminent threat to human life. It is human life. It doesn't matter how much we love the dog or animal or whatever, and we think it's wrong, we still cannot kill them and provide lethal force. We can arrest them for doing maybe an unlawful act, but we can't neutralise them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Alright.
You're wrong. That's bullshit.
Platoon, form up on road, provide mount up. Not mount up, move
Yeah,
off.
dog back.
Didn't work.
It didn't
Okay,
work.
how can they all hear me that? Hello Zeus, this is 1-0. Are you ready, over?
If this were America, you'd be arrested for disturbing the peace.
Hello, 1-0 Zeus. Give us 50 seconds, over.
1-0, Roger, I'll hold the platoon on the road until you're ready with it. Out.
That's true. This is bumfuck Iraqistan.
Hello, Chai 1, this is 1-0. We're heading back northeast towards the airfield. Wait out for movement. Out.
About turn.
Depends on if the bumfucker is got a dick or not.
One's coming down the middle.
Hello, Chai 1, this is 1-0. Be advised, we're just waiting for Zeus to set up the next bit. Out.
Just like this.
Hello, 1-1 Chai, this is 1-0. I did not release the platoon to move off yet. Over.
Yeah.
Oh, Charlie, watch it out. Out.
His name is Kai.
He's a good boy.
He was the best of boys, Mikhail.
Aye.
Fucking fly tap him too.
Yeah, I know, and then flight shot him.
Because the fucking knobheads.
No, they ran him over, and then.
Because Ancona said he was in the way.
Hello, is this one zero? ETA over?
Mikhail took exception to that, so we didn't have flight from that on.
He's ready for you. Over.
1-0, Roger.
Because
On
he
the
shot
move, we'll
all
be
the
heading on the
pilots.
route back to the airfield.
Rightfully so.
No, that was at the end of it. I wouldn't fucking-
Hello, Charlie 1. This is 1-0. May proceed back to airfield now. Out.
You're basically the fucking unit commissar. I think it's
I'm just gonna slot in here.
What are you doing here? Go home.
We're heading out. Don't
Go
worry.
home.
We won't be bothering you long.
Your neighbors are fucking your wives while you're here. Go home.
I am a woman.
Go home.
No need for this PM.
Go home.
Go home.
Why are you here? Leave me alone. Leave us alone. Go home. Nobody wants you here. No. I am home. You go home.
You angry ones here.
Angry, I'll show you angry.
Run to this.
Sandal.
Thank you for that sandal, sir. I need that footwear.
Go home.
No, you, sir.
Go home.
Fuck you too, sheep fucker.
Sir, stop.
What you gonna do? Shoot me?
Sharmy, stop or I'll fucking shoot. Go away.
Oh, man down. Arrest that man.
Ah, we're winning.
Down on the floor now.
You
On the
can't
floor.
do it. I just threw a rock.
On the floor.
No.
Then run then.
My country, you're the trespassers.
Platoon, keep moving.
Get away.
Pick him up.
Get away.
What the absolute fuck,
Keep
man?
moving. Keep moving. Stay in formation. Keep moving.
Get out of here. We don't want you here. Yes, go quick. Get out of here.
He's got pocket rocks.
You hit me in the head with a fire rock, okay? Yeah, rocks are fucking lethal.
I thought I'd tone them down as well. Hello, Chai 1. This is 1-0. If you've gone through the checkpoint, herringbone it up and wait out.
Thanks for backing me up, guys.
Duffy, that was a bit of an overreaction, don't you think?
1-0 is 1 with Charlie, Miss Trevor.
Well, he did actively injure me. Told him to stop, he didn't stop, he threw a rock against me head. I told him to fuck off.
The next reaction was just blackout.
1-1 try, this is 1-0, send over.
One with Charlie, I assume you mean herringbone's back at the checkpoint, over.
1-0, yes, however you can herringbone it here now, it makes no difference, over.
Yeah, mate. If anything, I would want that.
Just herringbone it here,
Charlie,
chaps.
roger that, out.
If we bring it over here, onto this side.
Cool shit.
What's next?
Hello, Zeus, this is 1-0. Probably want to tell McFly to get off yelling as we can all hear him in his plans, over.
Oh, shit.
I'm saving that.
Oh, Sheldon.
Thank you. 1-0, McFly has been told. Over.
1-0, roger that,
I
out.
want to tell him to get off yelling so he can stop hearing his plans.
Alright, chaps,
He's
listen in.
like, oh, shit.
Okay, so for that, you obviously had hecklers, you had people throwing rocks at you. So for that, they're not causing a threat to human life. They are being an inconvenience and they may cause you harm, but you are not authorised to engage. Now obviously you can move over and try and arrest them, and if they are however in a mob, then we just simply have to act as a cohesive unit to ward them off, using smoke, simply holding our ground, and maybe even pushing them away. But we still cannot engage. So at that point, if somebody has been injured, and you believe we can attempt to arrest that person, then do so. Move off, use a team, have some people covering you, tell them to get on the ground, and we'll probably go through more of that civvy procedure in our checkpoint training next time. But for the moment, Duffy, I just want to say that was probably a little bit of an overreaction. You don't say, stop or I fire. It's more of a, stop that, or get on the ground now, and be more forceful, not I will fire it because you're throwing a rock at me.
I started with that, and he kept throwing.
But the appropriate response in that scenario is to simply arrest the
Don't chop off
person.
his hand, Duffy.
Okay, so hold on, just let me. Hello, this is 1-0. That's conclusion of scenario set 1. Prepare for part 2 momentarily of it.
Be advised, are we not doing the angry mob? Over.
1-0 negative. Just looking at the time of it.
Understood. How do you wish to proceed with scenario 2?
1-0. If you can spawn a challenger to next to these barracks here, looking down the road, we can have the rifleman down there and then the sniper further up in the hill. Over. Where your spotter was earlier. Okay, chaps. So this next bit is basically just breaching off. So we've covered the self-defense. We've done the scenarios. Anyone got any questions from the scenarios?
What about like stun grenades?
So stuns, they are basically more or less used for room clearing. They're not overall that effective for open spaces, but I could see probably their use with a large crowd. But we'd like to probably use smoke grenades as like tear gas and put our our GSRs on, our respirators, and pretend those are like tear gas, for example. You kind of have to role play this a little bit, because obviously we can't go in with riot shields and start pushing them back yet. Okay.
Seeker has his medical
Smithel,
tank. Yes.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Regarding when 1-1 went through the market with the guy with the bomb.
Yes.
Of course, there was no visible thing that he had a bomb on. He just had a backpack and a regular vest.
Okay, right. There is a particular vest with the IED on it, so I'll write that down and make sure the Zeus use that for future.
Yeah, it looked very specifically just a normal vest. No, there's nothing. He just sort of walked up and.
Was a Roger. Yeah, so with that, it's also context. If the guy is running at you shouting Allah Akbar, you can pretty much guess he's probably an IED.
Gunman on the road.
The guy just walked up.
Before you start shooting with the sniper.
I just sort of took it as just a guy coming up. Right,
sections. I want you to push off next to the Challenger 2. Push off in all that order. Actually, move off with Underwood first. 1-3.
Just on football, just moving down to Charlie.
Hello 1-0, this is Zeus message over.
1-0, send over.
Be advised, we are now proceeding with scenario 2, starting with a lone gunman on the road. Over.
1-0, roger that. Let me get the bods in position, then I will give you a go-ahead. Over. Right, yeah, Underwood just herringbone it there. Actually, Underwood, form a shoulder-to-shoulder extended line here, facing down the road. One, two behind them, form up behind them, standing up. And then same for 1-1.
Behind them.
So 1-3, take a knee.
There's a sniper on the hill.
Oh yes, we're doing all Napoleonic firing lines now.
Okay, get to my right.
Yes. Oh, hi there.
Just FYI, there's such a thing as tank backblast.
Sorry, I couldn't hear.
Everyone there is going to get hurt by it.
Could you shuffle forward a little bit, please?
Okay,
maybe into the checkpoint.
Overpressure?
Really close. Bentley, get on my left.
Oh, she's a fucking beauty, isn't she?
Oh, she is.
While you're here.
Right. Okay, everyone listening? So here, this is called reasonable force. So, can everyone see down the road? Hello, this is 1-0. You may send riflemen over.
Understood, rifleman on the way out.
That poor dude.
He's gonna hit me, isn't he?
I can't see that.
Well, that
bloody tent.
overpressure is gonna hurt
Let's stand over
somebody.
here. Sorry,
I
Lancaster.
don't see
Actually, I'll take a knee.
anybody.
Are we gonna shoot someone?
No, everyone does not fire.
Alright, good.
And now we wait.
Now we play as a waiting game.
Ah, hello. Oh, there's a shooter.
No.
So there,
Yeah,
you saw
overpressure
a
hurt a
tank
few people there.
engage a lone rifleman on his own with no one else to back him up.
now
given
he's stuck in the
ceasefire
wall.
over. Thank you.
Contact.
Now,
So that's
do we
reasonable.
believe that is a reasonable use of force for
Yes.
one single?
No.
Yes. No, it is
That's
not.
the
Get
American,
rid of
yes.
him.
We do
Bring the
not.
Vandals.
No, we do not use a massive, overpowered tank to take out one single dude. That's just a waste of ammunition. It's a waste of force, basically. It needs to be appropriate to the circumstance. So us, it'll be one section or one fire team engaging, and it's more than enough. So, however, there's a different circumstance here. That way, with a tank, would it be appropriate? Hello, Zeus. This is 1-0. Sniper, over.
Oh, I already got hit by a rifleman, so the sniper's gonna shoot me in the face.
Okay. So, now,
Nice.
I want you to imagine that sniper is well out of our engagement range. If we physically can't hit him, and the only weapon system that can engage him is the tank, we can use the tank. Then it's completely fine use of force, even if it is overkill for one dude. If that's the only weapon system that can engage, or such as a javelin or a mortar, then that's what we can use. It's obviously, when the things are closer in and we can engage them as infantry, one guy is not worth using the tank. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes. Fun.
Cool. Hello, Zeus. This is 1-0. Thank you for scenario 2. Prep for scenario 3. Over.
Bye. That a Scottish flag on the top.
It is, yes. It's
Yes,
the
it
Hussars,
does.
I believe. Okay.
From Norway.
Still on the land of Scots.
Right, okay. So what I'm going to cover now is the people in armed function.
Be advised, we're going to need at least one mic to prepare for scenario 3, over.
1-0, roger that. I'm just covering people with armed conflict. I should give you more than enough time, over.
Understood. Out.
Okay, so what I'm going to do now is cover people in armed conflict. So can anyone name me a type of person in armed conflict?
Civilian.
You got civilian?
Combatant.
You have a combatant, yes. You have they always call them regular forces as well. Can anyone give me another type of combatant?
Irregular forces?
Yeah, regulars or guerrillas. So Taliban, basically. People who are just basically taking a rifle and are fulfilling a military force still. Anyone give me another example?
Mercenaries.
Yes, you have mercenaries, yes. Anyone give me another?
Church people.
The church.
I can't remember what they're called.
We're gonna engage the
There's also humanitarian.
Clergy.
Humanitarian organizations.
Adeptus sororitas.
Alright, yeah, so basically what Lovett just says is completely correct. Non-combatants, such as aid workers. The final one, which we've not really seen lately, is levée en masse. It's basically a mass uprising. Think of the French Revolution, basically. Like, all the people taking up arms.
Angry mob?
Question.
On a larger
Armed
scale,
mob.
yes. Hendrix?
What's the difference between civilian and non-combatants then in general?
They basically a non-combatant is somebody who's fulfilling a role, whereas a civilian is just a local inhabitant.
A translator connected
Yes.
to a
Military.
fighting force would be a non-combatant.
Yes. Also, say you have
understand.
IDAP, for example. They would be non-combatants. Security workers, they could be non-combatants. They're not basically engaging directly with an armed conflict. Okay.
So police are non-combatants.
Yes. So they can still be armed, but they're non-combatants. So, I'm just going to write you out a list now of protected people and objects. So, actually, can somebody give me a protected person?
A journalist.
Think of more categories.
Clergy.
Yes, religious.
Medical workers.
Yes, Wikigates. Anyone think of any others?
Would charity
Press.
workers be one?
Yes, whoever said charity, so think of the Red Cross. They are protected, yes. Who's the people with the blue hats?
UN volunteers?
Yes.
UN Peace Corps?
Yep, United Nations. We've got wounded and sick. We mentioned a few like defence workers, like police. You've got civilians with forces, like translators, I think Banch said. You've got refugees, prisoners. You want to also protected are the dead. You can't go desecrating the dead. So
That's bullshit.
Okay, so here's two. Can you engage paratroopers?
Not until they
Not
land.
when in there.
No,
Yes,
you
they
can
land.
engage
Yes, you
them.
can.
They're counted as armed combatants even if they're in the air. Where this has got confused is with pilots. You cannot engage downed pilots because they are not armed. And also they're not combatants.
Unless they're jumping out of a surveillance aircraft.
Well, then they're spies. That's a completely different category.
Exactly.
So yeah.
But if the aircraft has crashed and they are evacuating from the aircraft, it's a different thing.
Yeah, so basically think of it this way. If they're evacuating due to the fact to save their own lives, they're not counted as combatants. Whereas if you're paradropping, it's a military operation to take somebody else's land. They're being an offensive action, so you can engage them. Okay. So, say we've got a Russian. How would he turn into a protected from a aggressor, a combatant?
If he's bailing out of an aircraft in distress.
No, he's on the ground. So say he's on the ground. There's no complication there.
He surrenders.
Yes, we got a surrender. What else can we have?
He gets wounded.
Injured.
Injured, yes.
Hello 1-0, this is Zeus, message over.
1-0, send over.
Do you want this ambulance to make a rush for the checkpoint, or what's the plan? Over.
1-0, yes, the checkpoint, over.
Understood, we will be ready in about 60 seconds. Over.
1-0, roger that. Out. Okay, yeah, and then the final one is captured. So basically they've surrendered, and you've captured them. So
Can we surrender them?
Yes, it's a captured surrender. Surrender is basically when they're putting their arms up and you've not detained them yet, but the captured is when you've properly detained them. They're still protected. So just going off of that, so we surrendered, misuse of white flag, and also they're surrendering and still engage you. That's counted as a war crime. They lose their protected status at that point, and you can engage them. So incapacitated. Also, like I mentioned earlier, if they're still fighting and they've lost half their leg, they're still counted as a combatant. You can still engage. Okay. Objects, that's basically breaching off the categories before: medical, cultural, installations with dangerous substances. You don't want to attack a nuclear power plant. Nature, civilian, survival of civilians. That's like water supply, fuel source, food, and anything with protected symbols. That's like Red Cross, hospitals. You know what I mean. Any questions about what we just covered about people who are protected and objects which are protected? Cool.
Places of worship.
What?
So if we
religious. That'll come for religious.
So if we get engaged from a mosque, we can shoot at it.
No. So wait. Sorry. Hold on. If it's a mosque or a religious, anything that's on there, if it is normal, you can't engage it whatsoever. If a sniper, for instance, uses the church tower as a fighting position, it loses protected status because it becomes occupied by the enemy. So then you can engage and neutralize that target. So you can lose these protections if they are engaging you, and obviously use them as offensive action. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Can you use explosives on the church in that case?
You probably wouldn't be popular if you did.
Basically, can we destroy the building?
You probably could, depending on what ROE you are on, but again, you probably wouldn't be popular with the local populace. So it's probably not a good idea.
That's how you get sandals and angry mobs.
Yes, exactly. As Duffy found. Okay, who did the last scenario? Was it 1-2?
1-1.
It was 1-1. We'll have 1-2 then. 1-2. Send some new people down there, please. And then 1-1 and 1-3 into the towers.
Okay. Joe Smith Duffy.
Yep.
Yes.
Exactly.
With the losing protective status, is it possible to regain that? So a church had a sniper in, sniper gets killed, would that then regain
1-0, this is Zeus, message over.
Yes, it would. It's not permanent. So, for instance, if those armed combatants leave the hospital, it then becomes protected again.
Not a scenario, it's just...
Okay, that's all I need.
Can you drop a Zeus heal on everyone real quick?
Roger.
Because some people got hit by the rifleman. Thank you.
Hello, Zeus, this is 1-0. Is there any free Zeuses?
Jones, get her forward.
Hatley, get off him.
Nope.
Negative, not at this time. Over.
1-0, roger that. You are free to send forward the object, over.
Understood, stand by, object will be approaching.
Hello, Chai 1, this is 1-0. This is a live fire scenario. Keep your heads on swivel. Out.
Ellie, make sure you put it further back.
Medical heal. Boop.
Hospital.
Object on the way now.
I mean, is this a defense of the sandbag? You feel the sandbag
do the wiggle.
quicksand.
Actually.
Not running up.
Hello, Judge I1, this is 1-0. Ceasefire, ceasefire. I want everyone back down off the towers. Out. Hello, 1-2 Charlie, this is 1-0. Recall your bods from the checkpoint. Out.
Joe's just tier 1.
And that's why you don't stay.
Alright, let's get back.
Hello, this is 1-0. Good work.
The irony of being blown up by an ambulance.
Can I get a heal?
Oh, I just did heal you. Give everyone another heal. There we go. Okay, chaps. So you can see there, that was an ambulance armed with a 50 cal and insurgents inside. Is that protected?
No.
No, it's not. It is being used offensively, and again, as soon as you arm that ambulance, it loses protective status. Now, there is a caveat here. If, for example, you have a field hospital, it can be guarded by personnel. Now, if those personnel start engaging offensively in the area, they lose their protected status as part of the hospital. However, if they are simply guarding their patients, and for instance, doctors can guard their patients if they believe they're under threat, they still have protected status. But obviously, if they start moving out and start doing bloody bounding and section attacks, they lose their protected status. Does that make sense? Cool.
Yes.
Right, we'll move on to the next scenario. So 1-3, I want 3 bods up front. Switch them around again. Everyone else take a position. Hello, Zeus, this is 1-0. We're preparing for the next scenario at this location. Have it?
I'm curious about something about the defensive guards inside of field hospitals. What would you say the appropriate distance is for defensive actions, like 100 meters?
You would basically be on the perimeter kind of thing. You'd be really close to it.
Oh.
Not
Okay, so they're not allowed to shoot until you're within throwing distance. Fair enough.
If, for example, you move, let's say, 500 meters away from the hospital, you're probably more considered a free element at that point. Whereas if you're guarding the doorway of a hospital, you're kind of protected.
Okay. I'm curious what the grace area is for guards to engage hostile forces.
It's basically if their patients are under threat.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
This is Zeus message over.
1-0, send over.
In the document, it only says that we are a mob pleading for help. What is the end status here? What do we want to achieve over?
1-0, you'll simply interact with them, like kind of storm up the checkpoint, running for help, and then you'd be they'd ask to come in and to security and safety. Over.
You're not
Understood. Stand by. Out.
And I hope you're not on yelling, otherwise I just heard that.
Well, I mean, I keep doing this. I keep saying myself to whisper, and for some reason I'm still yelling at people. And would he hear me?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't, does he? I think maybe I'm talking too quickly after the change, or something's delayed or something like that.
I mean, I heard it.
I wait until the icon changes, personally.
Yeah, I do that. For some reason, it's waiting like 30 hours after for some reason.
Command delay, maybe?
I don't know. It's kind of like the radios, like there's a bit of delay.
Yeah.
LOAC, keep your weapon lowered. Because you might piss off a civilian. You don't know.
Piss them off. The only thing I can do is scare them.
What do you say? What do you say, LOAC?
I mean, I can scare them. I can't really piss them off.
Well, they're both the same thing. Lies on. Mikhail, I know you have the urge, but please hold it in.
Oh, that's just fucking free real estate, mate.
Stop right there. Right there.
Hello, Chai 110. What is the situation out there? Over. Oh god.
A bunch of fucking minions.
Jesus Christ. Hello Zeus, this is 1-0. That's probably a bit too hasty. Over.
Aww.
Okay, Charlie 1, close it in.
Air traps are also effective in this situation.
Hello, Charlie 1, this is 1-0. Closing the bods again, down on below the towers on the road. Out.
That was pretty fucking funny, I'm not gonna
They
lie.
wouldn't be under arrest necessarily. That
You know when
was.
we do a campaign against those fucking bears?
Hello.
Hello.
Mikhail was asking if we could shoot them.
Yes, I know, I heard.
So,
I didn't ask if we could
Zeus,
shoot them.
Zeus, how did you find that? Over.
That was perfect, didn't
1-0,
it?
that was hilarious. I'll speak to you about it in a minute, second. Out. Alright, who was the point man then?
That was me.
Right, so how did you interact with them? What did you say?
I first told them to stop, and then I told them British Army stop, and then they were swarming me and was trying to talk with them, but they just swarmed past me.
Okay, so at that point, if they're swarming the defence, because again, we got to think of this as like a defensive position, because it's our airfield, we can't just have people walking in. You would raise your weapon up and say, British Army stop or I fire. Now at this point, I'd hope that the Zeusers would go, yo, yep, okay, I'll play ball. And also at that point, if you're starting to get surrounded a little bit, that would be the checkpoint commander. So in this instance, it might be Banshees the Fallen Element. He would call in other bods to come support you, because again, you on your own out there at the very front, it's quite nerve-wracking. So that's when we'd start bringing forces forward to contain that. Now at the moment, they weren't presenting a human threat, because they're just all civilians, they're unarmed. They're shouting, they want help. So we would obviously want to ask them what's going on before we let them in, and whatnot.
That was what I was trying to do.
Yes, I understand you. I did hear you. But yeah, at this scenario, obviously those are people asking for our help. We obviously are obliged to provide it. Obviously, we still need to control the checkpoint. Now, we will do a checkpoint training, so at that point what would happen is we'd bring them in one by one, we'd search them, and then we'd bring them forward and bring them into the base if they were properly searched. Now, obviously, if they start running into the base, that's when you use the stop or I shoot, and they still don't comply, then they are a threat, because they are actually coming into this base. We don't know what they've got on them. It could be IED bombers. We don't know. So that's why the challenges and orders need to come in. So that makes sense?
I was looking for a vest, but I couldn't see one.
Yeah, you don't, like we've experienced, they don't always have to have a vest. We don't know what they have. They could have grenades inside their pockets or whatever, you don't know.
Sandals.
So, yeah, sandals. So at that point, yes, British Army stop or I fire. You've given them the fair warning. They're charging for your defences, and they might infiltrate the base. That's a no-can-do. The only thing we can really do in ArmA is tell them to stop, arrest them if they can, but again, if they're running about like headless chickens, there's probably not a good chance we're going to arrest them. And then there's the fire. We can't rugby tackle them, we can't hold them to the ground, we can't set dogs on them, unfortunately. So we're kind of constrained in that regard. If it was real world, we'd probably end up tackling them to the ground.
Just as a little pro tip for arresting people as well, if they are moving about, I believe it's either shift F1 or F2 is the hotkey to arrest them without having to go into arresting the rack.
That's reminded me, actually, last time we did this, we set the hotkey up, so section commanders, make sure your bods have set a hotkey up to arrest people real quick. Thank you, Miguel, that's reminding me.
Isn't that basic, not standard set?
It's standard.
I can't hear Underwood, I think he's speaking.
Okay.
Observe.
Yep, it's standard.
There you go.
Thanks,
like that,
Miguel.
nice and quick.
Hello, Zeus, this is 1-0. Are you happy to move on to the VALON section, or would you like to do the security guard IDAP? Over.
We are ready to do the security IDAP thing momentarily. Over.
1-0, Roger, we'll do that then. Is that located at the same market as before? Over.
Negative, it is slightly in a different position. I will give you a grid momentarily. Over.
1-0, Roger that. Out.
Oh no.
Yeah,
oh
I think
no.
Hello, 1-0, this is Zeus. Message over.
Alright. Form up herringbones. Get ready to move out. 1-0, send over.
Right,
With this scenario, do you want the security guards to be hostile towards either Blue 4 or the civilians, or do you just want Blue 4, i.e. you, to pass through and just witness it? Over.
This will be a witness scenario. They are armed security for the food, so they are IDAP as well. Over.
Right on this side of the road. Are you playing like British?
Understood. Stand by for grid reference.
You're gonna run at them in a second.
Hello, 1-3 Charlie, this is 1-0, on my position, out. Right, Underwood.
Yes, mate.
So what we're going to do, Gustav's going to give me a grid in a second. There's another market with
User in your channel timed out.
food distribution centre. I want you to patrol the guys through it, simply witness it, and then come back. By that point, we'll go into the VALON lesson. I'm going to start setting up all the IEDs and stuff, the things that go boom.
So we are going into down the road down here and then back again, yeah?
It's a different market of what was before. I'm just waiting for a grid.
Righto.
Alright, but I want you to lead it so it can free me up to go and do this, set up the next part.
Mm-hmm.
Quick opinion. Is this good so far?
Yeah, it's alright. Very informative. I think, as I said through the message, you probably could have pulled people back to the second checkpoint barrier so everyone could then hear on the yelling. But...
Send it over.
Are you ready to receive coordinates for IDEP scenario? Over.
1-0, Roger, over.
Understood. Grid reference is as follows: 063113 in a compound on the eastern side. Over.
1-0, Roger, thank you. Out. Alright, say again, Underwood.
Yeah, just bringing people back, but I think it's a bit farther than, for now then.
Okay.
Yeah, just so everyone can hear what's happening in the yelling.
Yeah, I think we could hear most of the time, but I think when vehicles come through, it's a bit louder. I also don't want them to get shot or blown up. Anyway, Underwood, your tasking is as follows. Proceed down main road, take a left on the T-junction. There should be a market on the right side in this compound in grid 063113. Seen?
Yep, seen.
Alright, push up there, patrol through market, witness the event, come back.
What am I doing? Doing it with just a section or
the platoon?
Whole platoon. So
Yes.
the whole platoon is going through that market, coming around and then back on themselves. Sort of
Basically, what we need to do is take them there, let them witness the bases IDAP providing food, and obviously it's going to be armed security guards. So I want them to witness.
Okay.
Obviously, these are still technically they're providing security, so they're not a threat to human life.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
cool. Sounds good.
Push off now. Hello, Zeus, this is 1-0. Is there any free Zeuses? Could they come and help me in the VALON area? Over.
Peach is on his way, Spittle.
1-0, Roger, out. Right, is it this one? What's in here? Aha! Right. Hello. Right, should be Valens in there. If you grab the one with the, it says UXO, I believe. I'm spawned down at ID. I just want to make sure it beep boops. What am I looking for? I'm looking for things. I'm looking for explosives. Right, I'm gonna have a dug in. Right. So Peach, to your right. Whoa, slow down, slow down. Do you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
Right, just approach it, make sure it beeps. Scroll menu, make sure you turn it on.
It's on. There's no beeping.
Okay. Don't get too close, mate. I'm gonna give you a pressure plate one.
No beeping.
I'm just gonna put a cluster there, mate. Bloody hell. This is why you don't get so close. You okay, Gibbons?
I'm fine.
All the way fucking over there. We're good.
Hello, 1-3 China, this is 1-0. You are free to push off, over.
I can
Roger, that just informing us other guys what's happening, so it's easier. Out.
On with Charlie, stepping off. Out.
Okay, I did. Where's the crate gone?
User in your channel timed out.
Oh my god. Alright, hold on. I did do this earlier before, so it does work. So
yeah, whatever mine detectors these are, they don't work.
Alright, let's blank that. Let me find the one I got earlier. This one. Actually, no, I think that was the big one. Let's not use that. This one.
He's whispering.
Oh right, okay. Hold on. But okay. Okay, there we go. I'll yoink you. Okay.
I think these are the ones we've used before.
Yes, these are the ones we used before. I think FSU's got all the VALON types. Right, let's have a look. So I'm gonna make a cluster again. Okay.
Yeah, that's beeping.
Yep,
yeah.
got it. Okay.
On Charlie arriving at the market and passing through. Out.
Do do do. So there's invisible ones here. I can just make them invisible. Mines. Peach? Peach, can you do us a favour?
Yeah.
In the range behind you, I'm going to put down a line of mines. I want you to see if they beep, and if they do, I want you to see if they blow up. So wait out. I'm sorry, I'm using you for the cause. Oh, that's a bit too much, too obvious. Actually, no, that's just you two. Okay, Peach, on the left side there's a series of 3 mines. Go up to them and see if they beep, and if not, and also if they just run over them basically. Right side, right side. Should be to your quarter left.
Yeah, they beep.
Alright, keep your advance on them. Thank you, Peach, got you. Alright, I think that small mine would be good for this purpose, so it won't outright kill someone, but it'll at least do a bit of a puff.
You're a bit of a puff.
Calm down. Alright, Gibbons, if you can take left range, Peach take right range, I'll take middle range. The mine I just used was M19. Additionally,
right.
you can use the dug-in mines, but make them invisible.
Right, okay.
Actually, yeah, have like maybe 1 or 2, possibly 4 of the big dug-in IEDs, and then rest use the small mines. Make sure there's a path, though, to go through, or multiple paths. Oh, that's not... Sorry, wrong M14.
M14?
Yeah, my bad.
Hello, Spittle. This is Zeus. Be advised, we are all finished and they are back in their positions. Over.
1-0, roger that. If you'd like to come over to the VALON range, we'll just get them prepped. Okay. Hello, 1-3 this is 1-0. If you can bring the bods up into their starting locations next to the barracks, form up in herringbone there and wait out for further orders. Over.
1-3 Charlie, roger that. Moving them up there now. Out.
Okay. Yeah, good stuff. If we can have you and the other Zeus's on my position.
We're on the way now. Out.
Gibbons, you on this net? Gibbons?
Yeah?
Yeah. Could you put some of those detailings in the others as well, please? Just because you got the entity. Alright. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Start.
What do you mean you're stuck?
I click get out and I...
Hold up. Come on, you can get out.
I click get out. Oh, wait, what if I eject? No, I'm still in there.
Okay.
Help.
I got you, McFly.
Okay.
We did that IDAP thing was fucking perfectly handled by me, McFly, and Pelly. It's a fucking shame that you weren't there.
Oh, did you record it? I was hoping to set this up.
Here you go.
No, sadly I didn't.
Oh.
I don't know. McFly might have. If McFly streamed it, then.
Okay. McFly, can you respawn, please? Because I kind of need to brief you what's going on. Same for you, Pelly.
Yeah. What do you mean? I'm
if
fine.
No, I mean you just come over here.
You're part of Incore now, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Oh dear.
Been conscripted. Right, Peach, you hear me?
Scraping the barrel.
Just, yeah.
Right, Peach, just move south over so you can hear me clearly.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, where's Fly? Okay, what's going to happen?
There's no trees in this fucking...
Microphone muted.
Hello, 1-3 Charlie. Be advised we're all at barracks now. Out.
What's going to happen is...
Microphone activated.
Guys? Gustav?
Yeah?
Oh, okay.
Microphone muted.
Well,
Microphone
Spells
activated.
was talking to us and then wasn't.
Yeah, I was talking to my dad. He came in. You hear me okay now?
Yep.
Okay. So what's going to happen is there's 3 ranges here. These are the starting ranges. Simply what's going to happen is they're going to go from A to B onto the other side using the VALONs. That's all they've got to do is get from A to B. If they get blown up, they got to start again and keep going through. So obviously there's multiple explosives here. Basically spawn...
Can I have Zeus and TP, please?
Pelly, can you TP? Okay, yep, go for it. What's going to happen is putting down mines and dugging IEDs, then make them invisible, and then they simply got to get from A to B to the other side. On the other side, they'll be
Make them invisible?
How
yes.
do you make them invisible?
Oh, objects toggle invisibility.
Oh.
Basically,
I got
what's...
a bad idea.
Or dig them in or whatever. There's some sort of option, I think. Basically, then it'll be grid on the other side with me, Gibbons, and Peach. That is then the same procedure, but they're going to be using the markers of the canisters to mark out a designated path. Then when the second bog comes through, what will happen is they will then try to follow that person's path and see if they can get through it okay before doing it properly themselves. Any questions?
I missed the whole briefing. Can you say it again?
Pelly or Gustav will fill you in. Pelly, Gustav, and McFly are waiting on these first 3 sets. Gibbons, Peach, and myself waiting on the following sets on the other side. Any questions?
Yeah, just repeat that last. I was away in the camera.
The A to B part is... I'm not sure what the A to B part is.
Basically from this side to the other side of this range.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes, and then we'll be waiting for them on the other side. And then we'll brief them on the next phase what they're doing. Okay.
Okay.
I can't make my mines invisible for some reason.
Pelly, do you have an idea, or just I know my way of it?
I don't have a way for the big ones, but there's that minefield generator where basically you can just generate a few mines around and then add them to objects, and because they're much smaller in size and harder to see in general, so you can literally hide them in the grass
Could
as
do
well.
that. I'll go see what my method's like.
you want me to do now, Spell?
Alright, so me, you, and Peach will go on to the other side, and I'll brief you a bit further detail on that. Chaps, also, there is in Objects a Hide Objects module. Put that down, and then select all your IDs that will hide them.
IDs? Wait, mine's for IDs.
It appears these courses are already ready, or am I missing something?
They're ready for you now. Why didn't that work? Hold on. Ah! It's not working. Bugger.
You cannot spawn grass, I don't think.
Bugger.
Only in template.
Alright,
We can't even spawn any bushes or anything.
Alright, it seems that for some reason the toggle visibility is not working on these. So, you have to use the create minefield.
Create minefield, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, which fucking course am I doing?
Okay, so Pelly, if you go on the left starting course, Gustav in the middle starting course, and McFly on the right starting course. Basically, just monitor and replenish them if they get detonated.
These starting courses already look prepared, though. The ones closest to us?
Yes, basically just to monitor them, help them out with anything, and obviously if they blow something up, to replace the IED, or move them around a little bit.
So, and you, Gibbons, and Peach will handle the ones further to the northeast?
We will, yes.
Okay.
Alright, there's a box of Valons there. I'm going to spawn down one for each range.
Just to reiterate, because that's got the centermost range. Pelly, you got the northwestern one, and McFly, you got the southeastern one.
Hello, Chai 1, this is 1-0. I'm going to proceed to the northeast along the road. There is now 3 times ranges active. 1-1, you'll be on the leftmost range. 1-2 in the middle. 1-3 in the far right range. 1-3 Charlie, acknowledge over.
Roger that.
Okay.
Who is on the right range? You can see all of the lines better placed. Easy.
Right. So who did the left one? Because they're very hard to see.
Me.
Right, Roger. How did you hide them? Was it the minefield option?
Hide what?
So how did you make all the mines not be very well seen?
Just place the M14s.
Just the M14s. Okay, hold on. I need to find some better mines. Right, Gibbons, Peach. Let's move on to the other side.
The issue with the right-hand side one is there's no grass or anything.
Yeah, we got the same issue. All right, Peach, Gibbons, other side.
Oh shit, we're using EODS, fuck hell.
Okay. Actually, Gibbons, back in a second. Okay, chaps. Just gather around for a second, I'll brief you all. What's going on? Okay, chaps. What we have behind us is a IED range. What you're going to do is take 1 times VALON. You have a box for each of your sections. You'll take 1 times VALON, it will replace your pistol slot. Then, one at a time, you can go through the ranges, navigating a route, and basically you're just going to get from this side to the other side. When you get to the other side, you'll have me, Gibbons and Peach waiting for you. You'll then move on to the following range. On that one, you're going to do the exact same thing. Use your Valons to get from A to B. However, that time, you're going to use the spray cans to mark your route. Then you obviously get to the other side. You'll then come back to us. Then the second person, who's now just completed the one in front of you, will arrive. They will then remove their Valon and then go through your route that you plotted with your markers to see if they can actually get from A to B to the other side without blowing up. Does that make sense?
Atomic flight.
That's complicated.
Basically, you're going to be following a blue marked route on the other side if you're the second bod before you do it, to make sure the bod in front of you has marked his route correctly and that you can follow it without blowing up.
But do you read about marking routes?
We'll teach you that on the other side.
Okay.
But this one in front of you is basically get from this side to the other side using a Valon. If you get blown up by a mine, either be healed by the Zeuses or start again. Alright?
Okay.
Any questions?
Does that include us?
Yes, you want to take parts, get on the range. Probably the one with the least people. Alright, so 1-1, you're on the left, 1-2 in the middle, 1-3 on the right. Zeus has dispersed, and obviously crack on.
Yeah.
So okay, hold on. Hello, Chai 1, this is 1-0. So your ranges are basically marked with some mine markers. They are what is being blocked off by the 1x HESCO barriers that are currently intersecting it to provide a safe zone and no blast.
Oh shit.
Right. Hello? Right, where's this?
Talk on this net.
Just trying to find the generate minefield.
It's in modules.
Yep, seen. Mining area, let's go for a 5 meter. A 5 meter. Bounding mine. Random placement. Yes. That bloody work. I cannot tell if it's worked. So basically, just set up the minefields first, and I'll brief you guys.
Anyone?
Yeah, Peach, get your minefield generated, and then I'll brief you.
Somebody just lightning bolt?
Apparently so, yeah. Nope. Hello, 1-3 char, this is 1-0. It is the range to your right, over. I like how they're basically bypassing going through the middle instead of actually going through the range with things in it. Alright. Minefield. 80 mine. Number of mines, let's go with 10 to start with. Radius, 5 meters. Warning signs, false. Somebody got hit.
Hello, 1-1 Charlie and 1-2 Charlie. Remember to turn the VALONs off and on with your mouse wheel out.
Hello, Chai 1, this is 1-0. Make sure you have your bots going in one at a time so that we don't have multiple people dying at once. Out. Bloody hell.
I'm all set.
How are you hiding your stuff, by the way?
Hiding what?
The actual objects. Are you just covering those like dirt patches?
Yeah, with debris.
Could you just do that for mine, please? Actually, I'll try and grab some as well.
Just copy some from my area because I can't see your mines right now. about to go onto the big bomb.
What were them explosions? What kind of IED were they?
Basically, somehow Jones managed to detonate the entire fucking cause. Over.
Oh.
Hello?
Right, chaps, come over here. Chaps, come over here. Come with me. Oh, who's this here? Jones. Yeah, okay, we've got Lundy and Coca. Okay, so let me just get you a box. So what's going to happen here, chaps, is that you are going to go through these ranges like you did before, one at a time. And you are going to go and then mark your route. You're going to make sure you mark your route so somebody behind you can follow you. At that point, when you finish the range, you'll come back here, and then you'll watch the next person who's just come off the range, the one you've just done, try to attempt to do your route without a VALON. See how good you are. That make sense?
Yeah, makes sense. Where do we move back? Is it like a... Do we have a funnel with no mines to go back, or...?
So we go to the middle.
So basically where the crate is right now facing, that is the range. So wait out while I get the spray cans.
This is where the fun begins.
It is beach.
So we head towards the mark rather than like the
I
mark.
can't see the spray paint.
But wait, I said wait, I'll get the box sorted, so don't look in there at the moment. I'll tell you, because I've still got to brief you how to use them. Right. But the other people are coming through this a lot quicker than I would have thought. I think the difficulty on those starting ranges is a bit too lax. Right, hold on.
Well, the difficulty for these ones makes up for it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's really good.
No, mine was pretty difficult.
Okay, chaps. I'm going to form a...
I had like an inch gap to get through.
Come to my front, form extended line, shoulder to shoulder, and take a knee. So what you're going to do, you're going to take 1 times can of blue and 1 times can of red. Blue is for safeguarded routes. Red is for IEDs. So every couple of meters, using your ace interaction, you go to tag, blue X. You write down the blue X. Person will follow that along to the next blue X. That is the safe path. At the moment, I won't tell you how the distance between the two, as it's more or less going to be common sense between that. I can also want to see and critique how you do it. If you come across an IED, what you're going to do is, if I get move along a little bit, shuffle to the right. There will be 2 X's, and then a further one in the middle. That will point towards the IED, so I would expect the IED to be somewhere around there. That will be pointing towards it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But it's going to be hard with the mines in there because they're so close.
Well, yeah, basically it's when you come across it. Now, we have made this really difficult, so if this comes to be there's literally too much, then just adapt with it. Basically, just mark out like a red zone, as it were. So this is for like, this is good for when you've got a singular IED. If, however, you've got an entire field of it, then simply draw a line of red markers. Do not cross that, basically. That makes sense?
Yes.
All right. 1 man from 1-1, 1 man from 1-2, 1 man from 1-3. Get yourself a spray can and go.
Who dares to involve the right
by the way,
Hold on.
Hold on. Mega, Push yourself back over there. Jones, you're good.
Wait, where's the spray can?
In the boxes, Jones. Just form up over here.
Do we put them away, the mine detectors?
We have green spray cans as well, don't we, Spell?
Pretty good.
Yes, we do.
I wish we could
Drop. So first person going through, take your mine detectors with you because you've got a clear path. Everyone else, form herringbones here.
Herringbones, I see.
Yes. We'll wait.
I'll keep fucking your wife, Scapper, don't worry.
Alright, I want herringbones, so one on the left, 1, 2 in the middle, 1, 3 on the right.
Remember, his wife slips a finger up.
Stay the sections I go over.
Oh, well, sorry, Thomas.
Sorry, go for it.
Soon to be wife.
I didn't get rid of any.
Did someone already blow up?
No, that was one of one's members.
Yeah, it was 1-1, yeah. It was our medic.
Oof.
010, this is Sue's message over.
Send over.
It's alright, we started.
When one individual has passed the first course, do you want me to send them straight on to you?
That is correct. We're forming a herringbone area at my point. So basically, as soon as they've come through this side, they just tag on here.
This one is to go through without hitting your point man's IEDs. So put your VALONs away. Whoever's got their VALON out currently.
Remind me, how do you remove the X's?
Probably you as well.
A little bit of water and rub it out your foot. That's how I do it when I mess up when I'm line marking football pitches. Is that washing 1-1 again?
I swear we could remove these before.
Okay, so what does red and blue mean anyway?
So blue means that we follow it. It's a good line.
Did you get another
X means that it's a bad line.
Bloody hell, 1-3, you just storm through that one.
User in your channel timed out.
If you see blue, generally follow it, yes. If I remember correctly, it's if you see a marker like this and you're walking down a road, if you see a double marker like that, it means that there is a line that way, and that X would point roughly towards the direction from standing in the middle of the cross.
Gibbons?
So in this case, that IED is apparently over here.
Do you remember a way of removing these X's? Because I thought there was an interaction marker to remove them.
Wow.
Not that I'm aware
So there's 3 X's in roaming.
That's basically just no-go area.
Noughts and crosses.
No go. So for instance, there's a massive minefield. You would mark it off as 3 X's, and then you'd put a blue one on the right side to say go this way instead.
Yes.
And you'd
so
follow a different blue route.
This one's good for pointing out singular IEDs. This is one is when you like there's a bloody fuck ton of them.
Oh, there you go.
Cool.
Is there a remover here?
Can you do add and remove? And then
what? I did that. It's not coming up. I thought that was the way I did it last time. Oh, Jones bought it.
Yes, but would you be able to talk me through the
Yes, I'm going to be doing a briefing every single bit, so don't worry. Don't you worry.
Okay, no worries. Oh my god. So we sent for our recruit first.
Oh, there's no one on the left range. 1-3.
Thomas.
Send one of your guys to the left range. So Levesque, go left range. You can take your
Levesque, do you want to do it? As you wasn't here for the actual breakdown as how everything goes.
You did.
I could go left range if you want.
No, he turned up as.
Alright, who's done the actual briefing first?
These 3.
Alright, Coca, take
And me.
your... Yeah, alright. Coca, take your VALON and go do the left range.
Way to hide the sprayed on the ground.
Trapper's doing well. Do we figure out a way to remove the X's?
I thought that was how we did last time, and I don't seem to be able to, so I'm just going to Google it right now.
Hello. Okay.
It's going to be pretty shit if we can't remove them.
We could always, take all of the range and just spawn it down somewhere else.
Yeah,
just like that. So if you see a route that you think is viable, then you'd follow that cross, and then we would follow.
What
that as
happens
well.
if one of them explodes? Do we send in the next man?
If they die, then send the next man, or get them to redo it quickly.
No,
I mean, Scrapper's doing a good job. He's about halfway. But...
He's a
Lovek.
Need to heal.
I'm drawing the penis.
I like quickly.
No, don't fucking draw a penis. I'm going to take the spray can off you.
Yeah.
Alright, please stop doing it.
Right, so in this case, you would not do that because that means that there's a mine over there, them 2 crosses there, and then that one saying that there's a good route. So what you've now just done is you've double negatived yourself by saying, oh, there's a mine there, but that's also a good route to take. So you turn that one to a red one. So if you stand in the centre, you know roughly that cross is heading over towards where you are. You'd follow that
and don't follow the red ones.
So what about going like this and there's some shit there?
Yeah.
But this is a good one,
You wouldn't,
so...
They wouldn't be this close. You're not spraying every single foot that you're
Alright,
doing.
Lovek, stop spraying over here.
She's asking about the question.
Send somebody through?
So this is like a block in line and...
Okay,
So you died.
Right, listen in.
No,
Form up your herringbones again. 1-3, form back up.
Right.
Herringbone.
Okay, so it seems that we can't remove these for some reason, even though I remember last time removing them. So what's going to happen, we'll send 2 bolts at a time, and then we'll just shift the course. So I want 1 person from each section. So Petley, you're up. Duffy, you're up. And Lovek, you're up. Drop your Valons on the spot. Okay. Lovek, sorry, Petley. Go left range, follow his blue markers. Duffy, centre range, Jones, follow his markers. Lovek, go to right range, follow Scrapper's markers.
Suicide.
So remember, follow the blue, don't go near the red. Let's see how well they've done.
It's battle.
Yes, Carter.
I want to watch Lovek. I know he's going to hit one.
If you want to watch, get on the embankments.
No. You do the thing that you normally have to do, please.
Oh,
What's
right,
it?
yes.
My path side of the other side entrance. This entrance over here. Duffy.
Carter. There we go.
That other side. Over there.
You're right there, Smith.
Not particularly.
Spizzle, could I get a Zeus heal, please?
Yeah.
Is your route completed?
Yeah, I'm just in pain.
Oh, okay. Heal. Hold still.
Thank you.
Oh. Oh, that's cheating. I didn't do the one side.
What? I just went across and I...
Wow. That's,
That wasn't me, but...
that's too easy.
Okay, so would you normally just fucking run through a minefield, lads?
No.
Even if it's been fucking marked clear, you wouldn't do it, would you?
No. So Lovek, don't fucking sprint through a minefield, mate.
Alright. Hello, Judge I1. This is 1-0. Bring all bods off. The range is going to shift this to the left and get a new set going. Out. Right.
Mine's not done yet.
No, I'm pretty sure that's only people
They're
for the
not
second
done
phase.
over in ours.
Yeah, it's just
yet.
because obviously we've got guys over here waiting. We're just going to shift it all to the left so the markers are not relevant here.
So you want me to
Alright.
forget my range?
No, we're just going to drag them to the left. These ones at least.
Duffy.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, Peach, Gibbons, can you just put the gravel stuff back in and your blocks, and then we'll send them over. I'm going to get doing it 2 at a time because they've come through these first courses really bloody quickly.
Smith and Fader, you're are going to be
Low touch
coming
I1,
next.
1-0, can you form guys in herringbone now? Out.
Yeah. So if you want to form up in a
Form a herringbone.
and follow him.
Hello, 1-0 is one with Charlie.
Oh yeah, congratulations
1-0
on
send
that
over.
field mission, my guy.
Oh, Charlie Water for still doing the ranges. Over.
1-0, if you're on the starting range, disregard my last. Over.
You should have it. Fader and
Oh, Charlie, roger that. Out.
go to the front. Me and Jones have already done our thing.
Oh, no, try
You
again.
need to do the spray paint.
Alright, listen in. So I'm just going to
I
go quickly
know how to
the brief again.
That's why I went second.
So basically, listen in. I'm not going to fucking say it again.
Get in there.
1-3, stop fucking about, get your hair and blood, listen to the fucking boss, it's not hard.
Right, Lundy, stop whinging, just get in. Right, listen in. You have 2 times blue markers. This is to designate a route. This is a safe route. Red marker. When you have an arrow like this is pointing to a single IED. the point of the arrow will point towards the IED. When you have a line of red markers, that means there's a no-go area. That's probably a minefield, a lot of concentration. If 1-3, push back 1 step.
This one's scrap as well.
Yeah, I know.
Lovex one.
Right, so basically here, if, for example, you've got blue markers and then you're suddenly greeted by red, that's basically your end of your path. You must divert. There will normally be markers going off in a different direction. Any questions? Right, to speed this along, we're going to have 2 times people at the same time. So sections, push your herringbones to the northwest, form back up. Move on now.
Right, we're taking the far south.
Right, chaps, we'll just go through this again. We'll try to hurry this up a little bit.
Well, that happened.
Was there a guy there?
I think that IED you tried to move from mine just went off.
Alright, that's weird. I don't think anyone was there. Hello, Chai 1, this is 1-0. Is there any injuries, over?
1 to Delta. There's 1-0 Mike just laying unconscious in the middle of the X minefield. Out.
Okay. Hello, Chai 1, this is 1-0. As there now seems to be a few ICs on this side on the second phase, ICs will now be in charge of each given range. Send bods in 2 at a time and control their pace. We will simply maintain the range with IEDs. Any questions? Over.
1-3. Are we sending them in and doing the same route, or are they doing 2 different routes? Over.
1-0, send them in from one side and then the other, so that way they should have 2 different routes.
Hello.
1-3, right, out.
Yep, because what basically...
right, Lancaster, you take the right side. Yep. Coco, you take the left side.
Any chance of copying one of these rangers over and just letting our lads have the room, just because they're going to be waiting at the back of the sections here?
User in your channel timed out.
That. Right, Mikhail, just hold off a second. Let's get everything down.
Yeah, I'm just fucking... Cassie, where you at? Northwest bit, there's a new range at the fucking northwest side of all the ones.
There's an IED in a certain direction.
Northwest, you'll see there's a new range there, main chumley of her now.
What was that?
I'd say it's an ID going off.
How'd you find that?
Pretty easy.
Yeah, that's literally said pretty easy, mate.
Alright, the first ones were pretty easy. Do you have sprays, by the way, Mikhail?
I do, mate, yeah.
Okay, you can go for it. It's ready.
Right. How confident are you feeling with those valons? Yeah, they're nice and easy to use, so who wants to go first?
Yeah, but I forgot my Valon. Because Spittle said to drop. Spittle said to drop them, so I dropped mine.
How do we tag?
Okay, anyone tag, follow me.
There's a fucking massive explosion just went off.
It's a self-interact.
Right, okay.
So, hello, Chai 1, this is 1-0. Does any IC have any questions about the method of tagging the ground and what each part means? Over.
Armor Charlie, as I said, yes, I need briefing on that. Over.
Was it Roger? En route. Out.
Yes, no, this one here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen to this thing.
So,
like I said, did
And I also get a Valon.
How to use these things then?
you were just in the range, so I'd already given a few people the brief. I was hoping they'd come through a bit slow, but people come through those ranges rapid. Right, okay, so this is what's going to happen. So, stop crowding me, stay over there. Right, so.
Meg on us, so.
Blue line designates safe path. So stop tagging while I'm doing this.
Sorry, I was gonna.
Basically, the distance between these two and the pathing is going to be dictated by the terrain and what you see fit. If you've got a complicated path, have them shorter together. If it's basically just a straight line, have them further apart. Now, to designate IEDs, what's going to happen is, so whoever's to my left, space back. Yep. So what's going to happen is, if you have a singular IED, you're going to make a red arrow, like so. With the point pointing towards the IED.
Okay, but Spittle, from this point of view, like, it's a triangle, it points in all directions.
No, because you'd make the base wider, and also this would be the friendly avenue of approach, so you should be coming from this direction.
Okay.
So, because all this is about is using the proven route, so no section should really be coming from that direction. If not, you've been making your own route. And if you see this, you'd basically know there's an ID around here. Right,
Okay,
so
and
when
what
you
if
have...
If it's there, what then? From that place of route, then I still...
No, because
to
if
the right.
you look at it from this side, that's skew if. If you look at it from this side, it's alright. From this side, that's a reverse. So you know it's
Will
coming
the
from
spray
this
paint
point.
trigger the IEDs?
Yeah, but what about this side?
Again, still skew if.
It looks correct from this side for
Yes.
me. and
So
not from
then,
this
if you have a
side.
minefield and a large cluster of IDs, you're basically going to make a line of the unsafe area, like so. Then, for example, if you've got a route coming from this way, you'll obviously be blue mark, and you're like, oh crap, there's stuff in front of me. Mark off the route which is blocked by the IEDs, like so, and then you start moving blue markers in this direction.
Okay.
Okay. Poor Chumley.
Well, 1-0, this is 1-1 Delta. Message over.
1-0, send over.
1-1 Delta, we still needed to talk to you, over.
1-0,
I
Roger.
just wanted to ask you if the
Out.
spray paint triggered the
Mhm.
lines.
Hi, Thomas was injured and I don't have a Valon.
Valon's right, okay, hold on. There you go, Valon's in there. Injured, healed. Right, they've just been healed. They've just been healed. Time to go forward.
Doing any of the taking?
I know, that's what they...
Okay.
I don't know what that was in reference to, but it wasn't what
Hello,
I asked.
Gustav. This is 1-0. Message over.
This is Gustav Coded, your message over.
1-0. As the first set has now been completed, you want to pull Pelly and McFly off of this. Way out. 10, you want to get yourself and start moving off until the next task and the civilian interaction stuff, over.
Be advised, it's getting pretty late, and I've already given them the rest of the evening off, over.
Roger that. Do you think we won't have time for a little mini exercise after civilian interaction, or would that take too long, over?
Since we've got nothing prepared, I think it would take too long, and there's also at least one guy making his way through the minefield exercise still, over.
Okay, roger that. We'll finish it off with this then. Out. Right, so Hendrix.
Yep.
So, what? Come up here. Are they down?
No, they're up.
Okay. Do they need healing?
No, I healed them.
Okay. So, basically, that's one thing. They're running. You need to stop and walk. Or was gonna get. They know this is a high concentration field. I'm gonna walk. Or he's gonna run into everything.
That's what they have been doing. Don't know what he just did, but he's walking back. It seems.
I ran out.
Oh, you ran out of spray.
He ran out of spray.
Okay, I'm gonna go through, see if it works.
Actually, let me replenish. Hold on, Hendrix. Oh wait, yeah, go through the route. I think they've blown up half of them already.
Alles fris, alles fleurig. Is de way. Gray, you're bugged out for me. You're just lying on the ground while moving.
Oh well.
See how far I got? That's what they mean. That's what their job is. That's why we don't need to be tagging anymore. I'll be back in a second.
Gibbons, you all good?
Yeah,
Yeah, good.
I may
This is literally impossible. You just need to get the right spot.
How do you think? How big ball? Fuck. How big are my balls?
I think quite
Very
small.
little.
Ouch for FSG.
Ready to follow my lead in and just go?
Chumley,
What is it?
are you two okay?
I don't know.
Mikhail.
Right, we need to clear this minefield for a second because I need to have a look at this fucking spread of these markers.
Yeah, I was gonna say your markers are
even when
very
I was next to blue ones, even when I was next to blue ones, I was still stepping on mines. So
really,
not marking your path out.
I mean, I can barely see these markers, Chumley. It's like they're so far apart.
Yeah. So
what do you mean they're
not...
so far?
Fucking great. Go back and walk
Yeah.
the route I took.
Okay.
What the? Hello, Chai 1. This is 10. Report, over.
I think it was an AI spill. There was an enemy Alt 4 agent over there.
1 with Charlie, the entire route is marked. We're basically taking the rest of the platoon through right now. Should be done in a couple of minutes, seconds out.
10, negative. I was talking about the rocket that's went over our heads, over.
1 with Charlie, no ID, out.
1 to Charlie. No idea what that was. No.
1 to Charlie. No idea what it was. It was off to my northeast, though, is all I know. Over.
10, roger that. I'll investigate now. Oh. I think just straggler. Okay. Hello, 1-1 Charlie, this is 1-0. Are you happy with your route, over?
On with Charlie, with this all stave, we are completely through, over.
Was there, roger that, do you still have people to do it first hand, over?
On with Charlie, say again, simple English, over.
1-0 additional, you have Grey walking through the red spots now, over.
On with Charlie, I'll get eyes on that and make sure he gets back here.
Alright, you want Zeus heals? Also, how many people you got left to do this with the VALON?
What, sorry?
How many more people you got left to do with the VALON?
Only
4.
2 of us have done it, so...
Okay.
Only Petley and Grave done it, but how are you going to remove the markers then?
I'm not, I'm just going to move the range.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. Oh wow, so there's going to be markers on markers, awesome.
Right, who needs healing?
I'm doing it, don't worry.
Alright, I'm just going to move the range. So, try not to step in that area. Hold on.
Do you need me to move my mines and stuff, Spill?
Yes, Gibbons, I thought that was my range, but yes, could you move your mines in there as well and start replenishing? Okay. Wait, do not move, do not move, do not move.
Yeah, but I can't get rid of those. They need to be detonated, so you need to move people away so I can detonate.
I gotta give you the...
Roger. Hendrix? Hendrix, move all bods around that side. Underwood's got, Gibbons got to detonate some. Move out of the way.
Oh, no, I wanted to send in my youngest private.
On this side. Do not go into the range there.
I'm proud of you, Mega, for listening to me.
Am I ready? Oh
Great,
god,
out the way.
FSG just ran through it.
Guys, you're running through a minefield, get out of the way, going to detonate.
That's what we do.
FSG has mega balls.
Big bada boom.
Move out the way, move behind the wall. Send it.
Already have.
Yes, Rico.
Preparing for tinnitus.
I've set them to detonate.
Just push end. Highlight them, push end.
Yep, I have.
Oh shit, no.
That's worrying. That's really worrying.
You want me to just shoot them, see if that does it?
Hold on, I'm gonna hit it with something. Stand clear.
I'm gonna get an air pulse.
Stand clear.
Stand clear. Negative Gibbons, just mark them off with the red, and also there goes by our sprays and stuff. Oh. Alright, FSG, if you please, could you go over to that area over there?
Oh, 1-0, this is 1-2 Charlie, message over.
Which area?
1-0, send over.
1-2 Charlie, my field cleared, over.
Alright, was there, Roger, do you still have people to complete it first hand, over? Right, so 1-1, get ready to go into this one. FSG, there's some IEDs there, could you please mark them?
Oh, are you on the side? Okay.
1-2 Charlie, roger that, got 1 pair left to do, over.
Was there, Roger that, I'm going to reset your range, it'll be moving forward momentarily. Out.
Spell, we could just disarm.
Yeah, go for it, mate. Hello, 1-1, wrong. Hello, 1-2 Charlie, this is 1-0. Your range is now reset. You may commence, over.
1-2 Charlie, roger that, out.
Hello, 1-3 Charlie, this is 1-0. What is your status, over?
1-3 Charlie, 2 of my guys are currently about to finish. I am 2 additional bods afterwards to do so, I believe. Over.
1-0, roger that. Call in when you want your range reset, over.
1-3, roger that. Out.
Hello 1-0, this is Zeus, message over.
Send over.
Be advised I'm gonna head off for the night if that's alright, over.
1-0, thank you very much, Gustav. Been a great help, over.
Yeah, no worries. I have no specific remarks, only that perhaps certain members out of 1-3 should watch how they interact with civilians and what they say to them, especially considering the upcoming coin campaign. Over.
1-0, roger that. Was there anything problems with the IED ranges, over?
No real problem with the IED ranges at all, over. Besides perhaps the fact that mines didn't actually seem to kill people, but rather just injure them slightly, over.
1-0, roger, that's the type of grenade mine we're using. This one should take multiple to kill them, just so it illustrates the point more than big boom.
Alright, understood. Other than that, there was nothing, over.
1-0, roger. Thank you, Gustav. Have a good night. Over.
Likewise, I'll see you around. Bye-bye. Out.
Right. Mikhail, your range is reset, by the way.
Play. Right.
Gibbons, by the way, you put in fake IEDs, that's why they're not detonating or whatever.
No, I ended them.
Have you had
Okay. Here's a bit of a safe bet.
Put you back into it.
Everything to the
Yeah,
sides
as long as
is
they-
just
marking. Right, okay, so you're going to do the marking on this one just so everyone gets a chance to do it, because I am conscious of the time. And then Shumby, you're going to walk up.
Okay.
Got spray. Go for it.
I'm going to walk you with this one.
You have faith in me? Okay.
I mean, you're an old 1-2 member, of course I do. Maybe one of the retarded 1-2 members, but okay.
Ooh.
Right, you're not allowed to look because you're walking the course.
Hold on. Do I need to do any last minute alterations? Oh, yes, a little bit here.
Okay, remember what I said back to Trouble when you're doing this as well, Degassi?
Yep.
Try and make the path as concise as possible without spamming it.
What's Archer doing?
I was thinking that as well.
Target practice. Back in a moment.
Hello, 1-3 Char, this is 1-0. You finished with your range, over?
1-3, last two guys are going through now, over.
1-0, roger that. Did you move your range, over?
1-3, lovely Peach has moved our range for us, over.
1-0, roger that. Out. Right, let's actually have a look. Oh, I want to go this way. Oh, and this way. What you say, Degassi?
Right, Degassi as well, you're marking your safe path in blue, but if you are getting beeps that are close, remember to put red markers down as well.
Alright.
That one doesn't count, you fell off.
Ow.
Megan says, oh yeah, great, Gabe.
You okay, Mikhail?
Yeah, I'm just still in the animation. Yeah, that one doesn't count, you got knocked over into that mine.
Was that basically 1-1's IED?
I think so, yeah, knocked the gassy over
Yes,
and
it
triggered what it
was.
was.
Is everyone okay?
Are you getting random spots of tinnitus?
Yeah, it does that, yeah. I had that earlier.
10, just 12 Charlie, message over.
Keep running random.
1-2 Charlie, over. What? Bleh. Wrong. 1-0, send over.
1-2 Charlie, is there a possibility of getting rid of these bouts of tinnitus for my Minesweeper? They're making his job really hard over.
1-0, you should go through 2 times of the tinnitus, and then it should disappear of it.
1-2 Charlie, roger that, thank you. Yep.
I meant what the Spittle say, but that's good.
It's Spittle.
Mhm.
It's clear, but not the way you want it.
Oh, I love that lovely line of blues.
Right, just follow the blues.
Yeah.
I like the blue. Oh, well, mine was the left, so good luck with that.
Check that one in a second.
Do do do.
Don't need to check the left one, you check the right one.
Do 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 do.
It's definitely clear.
I'll take the red one.
Do 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 do
Good one.
do 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 do.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Because Taz is all the wonderful things she does.
Alright.
Hello, 1-0. This
Exactly.
Yeah.
is Widow 2-3. It's getting a bit dark. Do you mind if I lighten the day up again?
1-0 negative at this time. We're about
Okay,
to
we
go
got
for
a
the
bit
very
of a
last
conf-
round, so it shouldn't
got a
matter.
bit of an
Also, we might be
issue.
doing this in
I don't have
low
a
light
lost
over.
blue markers. Oh, there it is. Never mind.
Roger that.
Yeah, it's right here.
Hardly visible.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello, Charlie 1. This is 1-0. Report in how many bods there's still to go through of it.
1 Charlie 2 times. Over.
1-2 Charlie, last pair is just about to finish up the range. Over.
Make sure it's safe.
1-0, Roger, out to you. 1-3 Charlie, over.
1-3 Charlie, 2 times guys still going through. Myself being 1, over.
1-0, Roger, out. Whoa. Okay. Right. Hello, 1-1 Charlie, this is 1-0. Your range has moved to the left side of FSG's. Proceed then to complete your last 2 men, over.
1 Charlie, roger that out. On the other side.
You can do it from this side if you want.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi. Is there any way...
Yes, Gates.
Is there any way to remove the tinnitus sound from a client because, or like something, because it really does not, it's not good for me.
It should be going great if it's not. Respawn.
No, I mean, it is, but even while it's happening, it's super painful. I have to take my headphones off because it activates my actual tinnitus really fucking badly.
Go to EOD settings. If not, then just change the volume.
Yeah, you've got two either side.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we can figure out also.
Yeah. You see stop. You see that one there right in front of you. You can actually see it on the ground, and there's one to the right closer to the wall.
I can see the one on the right that exploded.
Oh, okay. I
Right,
can't see
close
it.
in at the other end of the field.
You happy, Mikhail?
Thereabouts. Yeah, so, as I said, no issue with blue markers. Blue markers are absolutely fine there. The issue is the lock. Red.
Right.
I can see it. I can see it. There was a mistake to enter from this side.
Hey, I don't have any pain anymore. Oh, I need to look down a bit.
I am very, very. You might just want to put a line across his head because. Yeah, honestly, line across his.
Yeah, don't.
You still mind that bad.
So Thomas, if you know it's not a good route, then you proceed back.
What are you doing?
I'm crossing over.
You stood in the red bit.
I already stood at the line that it was supposed to detect.
How do you know there wasn't another one?
You make a good point.
Checkmate.
For the ear-ringing thing, I
Yeah.
found a solution.
Oh no, it gives me the simulation of just constantly being fucked.
Well, I mean, it fucks me up
Ooh.
really bad. Oh,
Yes.
Okay, so the result, like,
Oh, okay. Hello, Judge I1, this is 1-0. As soon as you complete your final round of men going through the ranges, you are free to disconnect and proceed the briefing. All acknowledge, over.
Charlie, roger that out.
1 to Charlie, roger that out.
One free Charlie, this is 1-0. Acknowledge my last, over.
1 to Charlie, confirm last over.
1-0. As soon as you complete your final round of the range, you are to proceed to disconnect and proceed with briefing, over.
1 to Charlie, roger that out.
Oh, that's... Nearly climbed over you onto a mine.
Yeah, let's be done there.
Come on, you two. You come.
In what? Okay.
Anyone serious? 1-3 Delta, message over.
1-0, send
No.
over. Don't bunch up. Keep your space.
1-3 Delta, did you want us to debrief when we are done with the course, over?
1-0, when you're finished, you're to disconnect and continue your briefing outside, over.
Yeah. You gotta be a little bit further away.
I have entire faith in these
Yes, we
Yeah, but
we have
if one of us...
we have faith in Hendrix's ability.
It's true.
Please, someone does.
Hello, 1-0. Did you say 1-3 to be disconnected, over?
Ah.
Fuck's sake, Lundy.
Oh my
1-0, you to complete your range, then disconnect, over.
1-3 Delta, roger that out.
I did transmit right, and Underwood did
Yeah,
acknowledge.
you did every time.
did,
You
yes.
transmitted clearly.
You're not just going crazy, Spill.
Also, these red and blue markers are concerning.
Yeah, I found out that it does show which order they went down in. You can see a blue on top of red, but you really got to look at it.
I'm guessing I'll go this way. Is it me or are these rocks floating? Are we on Pandora?
No, they are floating, and yes, we are on Pandora. I love that movie so much.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for the sequels.
Last time I was better.
It's kind of 12 years late.
I mean,
listen, it's amazing, and they're doing them all at one time. So
is it that good?
it is amazing.
Is it like balls shit?
What?
Because they fuck horses and stuff in Amsterdam, right?
No.
I'm sorry, what?
Pretty sure they fuck horses. I've seen that.
No. Okay, listen. The Bond Sahedu is not sex.
Okay.
They have actual sex outside of Sahedu.
No, it's only fucking horses.
Pretty sure they're fucking horses. Like.
Yeah, they're fucking
No,
horses.
okay, so the reason why it looks like they're
No, that's sheep, mate.
Because they're doing the same shit.
No, it's literally just a neural interface. No fucking shit.
1-3 have finished.
I didn't sprint through it.
You did. But you also had Petley. You also had Petley jump down onto it as well.
Okay, I admit I fucked up with one of them.
That one was me. But I didn't see a marker here saying there was an IED.
Oh, how did Hendrix get over there? Did he go this way?
There was no marker on the IED I stepped on. Petley jumped in on the other ones, I think.
Yeah, I fell onto two of them.
Well, I landed on a blue marker next to the wall, so...
Plus, on top of that...
What is the lesson we have learned here? Is take our time.
That me?
Yes, that was you.
That was fucking
Oh,
great.
this bitch, right here. Where am I supposed to go at this point?
I can see a way out.
Hear my heart.
There is a way out.
There is a way out.
It's not that way.
It's not that way.
I've been grayscale for the past 10
Actually-
minutes.
If it's not that way, if it's not that way, and it's not that way.
Okay, Hendrix.
and that way.
Point. Turn slightly right. Yeah, hold. Slightly left. Go forward.
That is in between two.
I'm back.
Yeah, exactly. Between two.
One of them exploded on me.
Between two.
What?
Pick up your turning case.
It's literally beeping like fucking hell right now.
Alright, hold on.
Like, that was Gibbons.
Okay, there's
mine
definitely
almost.
one there.
Yeah, and here. That's what I saw before.
Hop, swap over.
That's why I marked it.
Swap.
Swap.
Oh yeah, definitely one there.
How's that? How
Oh.
would that?
Something tells me that wasn't clear there, Gibbons.
It is now.
Why did you do that?
Huh?
Why did you do that?
In fairness, I went to go that way. That one. I don't think I detonated that one still.
I do as my former IC does. He teaches me.
Yes, let's not descend into fucking chaos. Keep control.
Yeah, that's the way I was trying to go because I thought it was clear. And somehow that went off twice.
There we go.
Alright, let's get through this now. Let's index.
Yeah, excellent. That's great.
Fucking bullshit behind me, so.
Ah, ouch.